What's up, everybody? How you doing out there in Facebook world, Instagram land? I just made that up. Instagram land.
You did. You made it up.
Facebook world and Instagram land.
Wherever you're at, wherever you're joining us here, welcome. Welcome to our office space. This is a little corner. We've got a number of corners here, as in typical rooms. Typically have 4. We actually have a little jut out behind you, and so we have an extra corner, and it's beside the point. Either way, we're here in our office, 30 East Washington Street, just hanging out, and we wanted to come to you this evening to give you an update on what Foundation's got going on over the next couple of weeks. First of all, we want to begin by, things are nuts at the moment. I've been to the grocery store a couple of times over the last couple of days, and you got to take a ticket to find a parking space. That's nuts. I've been twice. There's been no toilet paper either way. So
I'm just waiting for the next trucks to come.
I guess
I know it's
if you got some toilet paper, if you'll just drive by the office, you don't have to get out and touch any of us. If you just throw toilet paper out, that would be great. We would appreciate it.
Knock once for toilet paper, twice
That's
for
right.
hand sanitizer.
I guess. But anyway, so we just wanted to get here and say, hey, we wanted to update you on what's happening. And so with the coronavirus and getting to schools in the city and everything else just kind of figuring out what to do day by day, it's created these unexpected changes and unexpected challenges in our world. And so we've kind of got our leadership team together and try to figure out what are the next few weeks going to look like. And so we announced last night that we would be moving our gathering to online. And so we're pretty excited about that. And so that Sunday at 10:30, same bat time, new bat channel. And so it'll be on Instagram and on Facebook and on YouTube. And we'll be sending out a text. One of the easiest ways for you to get involved and to be up to date on what we're doing as an online community over the next few weeks is to be a part of our texting group, which is pretty simple. You can text right now, I belong, to 81010. And if you do, oh, that's right. It's right there. Boom, right there. You can text that number right now, and it'll add you into our database, and we'll be sending out text every once in a while if there's a big change or something that we need to make people aware of. And so if you want to text that, you can go ahead and do that right now. That would be fantastic. And so Sundays, just to let you know, our gathering is going to be very similar as best we can to what Sunday mornings would typically be at the high school. And so we'll have music. We're going to sing together. Words will be on the screen. We'll have an opportunity to then open the Bible and ask that question we ask every single week. God, what do you have for us today? With that, we are wrapping up our series, Everyone Always, this Sunday. It's week 3 of that. And so we're going to stay on course with that. We've got a few things we're going to add to it, but we want to make sure we stay on course and wrap that series up. It's been a pretty cool series so far. And so that's where we're going to be headed this coming Sunday. But outside of Sunday, we also have kids and students, right? And so those natural rhythms obviously have been crazy interrupted. So let's just start with kids first. So on Sunday mornings, what are we kind of thinking in terms of the gathering and programming and content that says, hey, let's keep focused towards what God wants for their lives for 5th grade and down?
Right. So we have an awesome curriculum, and so they've been hit with this too and trying to think through how do they support churches in this. And so they've actually provided everyone with a link that hosts live videos on it. And so it'll be the videos that we use inside the room sometimes, along with worship in there. And so you'll be able to find that link on our website on the Foundation Kids page. It'll be there by tomorrow night about 6 o'clock. We'll have everything up and ready. And you'll be able to go there, and there'll be a Bloom one, and there'll be a Wild one. And it'll take you through worship with the kids, the theme for the month, and then the lesson. And so it's really incredible. They've put it all together and packaged it for us already. So we just have to point you to a link.
Yeah. So if they're joining us in Facebook world and Instagram land right now, and maybe they're not a part of what we're doing at Foundation, when we say Bloom, we're talking about what age groups?
Pre-K, so pre-K and down. So Bloom, there is a Bloom nursery and a Bloom pre-K, and so that is birth until about age 4 or 5 before you hit kindergarten.
Yep.
And then Wild is kindergarten through 5th grade.
And so we'll have different sets for each one of those age groups.
Absolutely. And so the Bloom pre-K one is called First Look, and the elementary one is called 252 Kids.
Yep. And so when you get on the website tomorrow evening around 6 o'clock or so, and you get to the Foundation Kids page, you don't have to remember any of this because it'll be laid out and a really easy way to kind of figure out what's what, especially if you've never done anything with us. You're like, I'd love for my kid to have a little something extra to do to kind of focus their attention on what God has for them in their life. This would be a really cool way, and you really don't have to know anything. We're just kind of giving you a little bit of information. It'll all be on the website on foundationnewnan.com tomorrow night around 6 o'clock. And you'll be able to just go to the Foundation Kids page, and that's where it'll be. On top of, in addition to Sunday mornings, though, our team, when we got together, the reality is, like, kids are home, so they're not in schools. I know my wife's a teacher, and so, in terms of, like, being blessed, like, my wife gets to stay home with our 2 kids, right? And so that, for us, it kind of feels like, hey, we're doing homeschool for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if my wife is, like, pumped about that. But that's kind of what we're doing. But for folks that aren't in that and they're like, man, what are my kids going to do? And maybe teachers have gotten stuff, maybe they haven't gotten stuff. And so our team, we were just like, man, can we add value to that relationship and to that time at home? And so I thought we came up with a pretty cool idea. Why don't you tell them about 10 o'clock every weekday?
Yeah. So we want to always partner with parents. That is always on our number one priority, is to partner with parents. We are here for you. And so as we sat and thought about all these kids that would be just sitting at home, maybe with a parent or maybe with an older sibling, and the parks are closed, government buildings are closed, there's a bunch of things kind of shutting doors right now. What are they going to do? And so we naturally reached out to the people we know and love them, and have a great relationship with, and that's Ruth Hill. And so Cassie, who's the PE teacher there, she's actually Madam President is what I call her. She's in charge of the PE something Georgia. She's the president of it, but she's incredible.
She's like the president of PE for the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
How about that?
She just went to D.C. this week, actually, to advocate for PE in schools. So, she was on Capitol Hill wearing tennis shoes and, dress clothes. It was awesome. So she's an incredible teacher and coach, and so she's agreed to help us supplement some things for you to do at home with your kids. So 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll be doing a live video with her for the next 2 weeks where she's going to give you some coach tips for the day. She's going to walk through some different game ideas to do at home with stuff that you have at home. So it's not like, oh, go buy this, but hey, take all the cups out of your cabinets and you're going to do a cup stacking competition. So she's going to give you some quick tips and tricks to do at home with your kids to keep them active and engaged in something. Along with that, we had Miss Grainer from Ruth Hill, who is our media specialist there. She is incredible. She's just a go-getter. She actually came up with our bookmobile that we help out with every summer. And so I reached out to her and said, hey, can you help us on the literary side of this? We know books maybe at school and the library is closed, so you can't check out new ones. So she is going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m., and she'll be doing live readings and interactions and questions to go along with those stories. And we're going to have about 2 stories each time, one geared towards younger kids and one geared toward a little older. And so that way you can find it live at 10. You can sit and listen to the story, and she'll walk through questions to ask your kids, or it'll be posted and you can watch it later.
That's cool. That's really cool. I think that's one of the things that I really love about our community is that, things are kind of shut down, but because of that, people are just really ramping up the way they serve. There's no extra money, there's no extra funds, it's not overtime, there's nothing like that. But these teachers who are at the top of their game have said, hey, I want to come and serve my community in a way that provides value and content for parents who are trying to figure out, this was just kind of thrown on me. What do I do? And so I love it. I think it's incredible, and I'm looking forward to stretching exercises with PE Coach of America.
Yeah, Coach Cassie is incredible. She will work you hard.
I think my belly just showed on TV.
No.
Sorry, my bad.
This is why we don't do live.
That's right.
Sorry, Instagram world.
So in addition with kids, though, right, we have middle school, high school students.
Yeah.
And so walk us through what Sundays, because typically on Sunday nights, middle school, high school students, we're at the Mad Mexican for student ministry space.
Best burritos in town.
Come on. That
Best chips in
Cubarito,
town.
goodness gracious, that ancho sauce, gracious alive.
Do not close. Please do not
Come on,
close.
Chad, keep it open, baby.
Do not close, please, Chad.
Anyway, so what are we going to be doing? We're not going to be meeting at the Mad Mexican, but what are we going to be doing for students?
Yeah, so for the next 2 weeks, student ministry moving, they're gathering online as well. If you've never heard of a program called Zoom, that's where we're going to be hosting our gathering. So student ministry, we're all about relationships between students and the mentors and conversations. And so Zoom is a program that you can download on your phone. You can go to it on your computer. There's also a way to download it on your computer as well. And so if you're in middle school or high school, if you're the parent of a middle school or high school student, make sure you go ahead and download Zoom. And so we're going to be hosting our gatherings through that. And the link for that is going to be sent out through our text reminders as well. Similar to the church as a whole, the text keyword that you saw a few seconds ago, there's one for student ministry that we're going to pop up on the screen. If you're not involved and have that text update, make sure you text into that, because that's where we're going to send out the link to that text update. Instead of just kind of publishing it everywhere, because it is a personal video chat where you can interact and talk back and forth, we don't want to just post it on the website, because then we thought, hey, anybody could just get on the Zoom call. So this text number that you see right here, at FS Text, TXT to 81010, is the number. It's, just text into that, and then Sunday, we're going to text in the link. And so it'll be just like our normal gathering. We're going to play some games. There's going to be some giveaways. You'll be able to interact with me, who's hosting, on the screen. We're going to, it'll be a preaching style sermon, just like Sunday morning. And then from that, we'll break up into different chat rooms and do small group questions as well. So just imagine Sunday morning, Sunday evening, but online. Yeah.
How about that? So in addition to that, though, we're also thinking through, hey, students are, really right now in this season of school, their brains are ramping up for this, a huge season of
Right.
just my mind's all in it. We've got end of the year tests, AP tests, all those things are about to get SATs, all kind of stuff. The
Yeah.
train is going by. Hello, train.
Choo-choo. If you didn't
went
know, we're right
somewhere.
by the train tracks.
That's right. Just keep honking it. Yeah,
Midnight
just
train away
maybe
from
he's
Georgia.
probably watching and saying hello.
Hello.
He's in Instagram land.
That's probably it.
That's probably not.
Long.
So
You try to do Morse code with the train.
Yes, naturally, obviously.
so I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Students are ramping
So
up
That's
through
right.
the
So they're ramping
season,
up,
testing's
and so
coming.
in addition to that, we were like, hey, let's keep their mind ramped up over the next couple of weeks. And so it's not just a Sunday evening. We're going to continue the gathering, but just online. We're also doing something during the week. Tell them about that. Come on.
Yeah, so in addition to our normal gatherings, Student Ministry is launching what we're calling the 14-day Focus Challenge. And so over the next 14 days, every day, through our texting service, again, make sure you text into that, be a part of that. We're also going to post it on the Student Ministry Instagram as well. But this 14-day Focus Challenge is really just that. With the coronavirus and everything going on, we're just like, hey, how can we keep students focused? Specifically, how do we tie in Jesus to this? And so there'll be different challenges each day. There'll be different passages from the Bible that we'll look at together. Just a few questions. But like I said, it's just a everyday, hey, how can we stay focused? And I also know that this is something that students, and we all struggle with at times, is, hey, how do we be diligent daily at reading our Bible and, spending time focusing, what does God have for us, and asking that question. And so for the next 14 days, if you're a student, let me challenge you. Starting this Sunday, it's going to happen. And so 14-day Focus Challenge, I'm pumped about it. And I think in the middle of everything that's going on, it's just something that's well needed.
That's cool. Yeah, so I hope, we're just kind of laid on you a little bit of the direction. There's still some more things that we're working on. The details aren't quite finished up yet, but they're headed this way. And so this is just the beginning of what's happening over the next couple of weeks as we take the opportunity to engage our community in a different way. Again, unexpected challenges and unexpected changes don't create fear with us, because we follow Jesus. And the truth is that Jesus was here today and tomorrow, long before we ever got here. That Jesus goes before us in all things. And so he knew this was coming, and he's prepared our hearts as a church for moments like this when things happen in our world that were just unexpected. And so Sunday mornings, we want to make sure that we're still connected together. It gives you an opportunity to invite people maybe that are out of state or who knows where to be a part of what we're doing, that you've been saying, hey, I wish you could be a part of our church and just kind of experience it. And so I know we've been working on this online experience for a while. I didn't expect it to roll it out this soon, but that's how cool and how creative and how talented our team is. They've been working nonstop over the last 48 hours to make this happen. And it's been a really great opportunity for us just to kind of stretch ourselves a little bit and to kind of just be nonstop at how can we engage with our community. one of the things, if you saw the video last night that we posted, I said, hey, we really want two things from you. The first thing is don't be a hater. That people in leadership positions have had to make really difficult decisions in the best interest of our community, keeping the best interest of our kids and our families at heart and in the very forefront of what they're doing. People in our city government, people in our school system. And so we just want to be a source of encouragement, not a source of hate there. And so that means on Facebook, on forums, on groups, all those things, that we could just be people that are like, man, we respect them and we're thankful for them, grateful for them, and we appreciate their sacrifice, because every decision has been difficult for them, and yet they've been faithful with it to keep us safe. So don't be a hater. Number 2 was prepare yourself to help. And we've been working on that pretty hardcore today, and I think we've nailed down how that's going to work. We've got a few more details that we need to make sure we have finished on it, but we're going to talk about that Sunday morning. So I'm looking at you now, asking you, would you continue to prepare yourself? If you're a father Sunday morning, would you just begin to ask God, hey, how do I prepare my heart to say, yes, I want to step in and help our community in this time of need? With us being a church, being online, this is new territory for us. And so, the way that we kind of move and operate in our community, the way that we sustain ourselves, we typically take up an offering on Sunday. And obviously that's not going to be something that we're able to do. 50% of our giving comes online. The other half comes through checks and just people that are in person. And so I also want to encourage you, if you're a part of what you do, if you're a part of what we do here at Foundation, if you need help with that, I know sometimes the technology side of things is just a little intimidating. You can reach out to Clint at foundationnoonan.com, and I can walk you through some of those things if you got some questions. But that will certainly help on our end to see folks kind of contribute in that way so that things kind of just move as normal for us. Anybody have any questions? I don't know if any questions have come in that we can help answer before we kind of head off.
If you haven't had any questions, then now would be the time, but you got to be quick.
That's right. You got to be super, super quick. How about that?
At home, we talked about who watched from the furthest away.
Yeah.
I know I'm definitely sending our link to my friend in Israel.
Yeah.
Because she's been dying to get here, but America's really hard to get to. And so I was like, you can finally come to church with me. So
How about
she's
that?
super pumped to, stream in on Sunday and kind of watch with us.
That's cool.
And my parents, of course, they're going to be in New Zealand, actually.
How about that?
So
Yeah.
they're even further. But
Yeah. How about that? Other side of the world.
Yeah, I'm excited too when I think about student ministry and kind of moving around gathering online. In a way, I think a giant hurdle for students as a whole is taking that first step to actually come to a gathering and be around people they don't know. And so while it's a little different, it might be more intimidating to others to hop online, but for some, it might be a little less intimidating. So if you have friends that you've been trying to get to come, I don't care if they hop onto our Zoom call and just leave the camera off so you can't see their face, because still then they'll get a vibe of kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
And so in a weird way, it's an awesome opportunity to even invite people to attend the online gathering and see what student ministry would be all about as well. And so I'm pumped for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
For that.
That's cool. Hey, church, just real quick, I want to end with this reminder that we were never a church because we gathered on Sundays. We're a church because of who Jesus is to us and what Jesus accomplishes through us. And there's nothing on the planet that can change that. In fact, obstacles and challenges and changes that are unexpected simply make that stronger. We will be the church. God bless you, and we'll see you online Sunday morning at 10:30.
Last thing, we did have one question come
just
in.
kidding.
And so the question is Foundation, our gatherings online, just for this week or for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, for sure it's the next 2 weeks. 100% the next 2 weeks, it'll definitely be online. And we're just kind of taking week after week to see what's happening from here on out.
Gotcha. Cool.
There it is.
I think that's it.